Live with clickorlando.com, this is News 6 at 7, getting results.
Now at 7, a wife in the hospital stabbed several times her husband behind bars. He's calling it self-defense, why detectives say his story does not add up.
Some bull. Ex was on vacation. We were not.
Flight frustrations drag on for a third day at OIA. What's causing Southwest struggle and the hopeful sign it could soon be over. Good evening. This is News 6 at 7 getting results. I'm Lisa Bell. Ginger Gadsden has the night off. Also, a local woman says she was victimized twice after hiring a moving company.
It's just not easy to go through something like that and know that it could happen to anyone.
She says first she was assaulted by a mover. Now, months later, she is still waiting for her boxes of belongings. Later, News 6 investigator Mike DeForest tries to track down her missing items as police launch a criminal investigation. But our top story right now, local businesses, big and small, under investigation for requiring COVID-19 vaccines. News 6 got our hands on the paperwork. Disney Cruise Line, Advent Health, Amway Center, even a small skydiving company are among many accused of breaking a state law against vaccine passports. News 6's Crystal Moyer has reaction.
More than 100 Florida entities are under review by the Department of Health, including municipalities, businesses, and event venues. Even Orange County Mayor Jerry Demings is on the list.
Tonight, Orange County's mayor says now is not the time to let our guard down against COVID-19, despite the good news that cases are dropping. The county's daily positivity rate is now below 5%, but health leaders say it's the 14-day average that matters.
Just a little bit longer, just a little bit longer. We just have to hold a little bit longer. We're almost there.
Right now, the 14-day positivity rate is at 6% in Orange County. Dr. Raul Pino predicts it will fall below 5% by the end of this week. That's when the CDC should reclassify Orange County's transmission level from substantial to low. Two local school districts plan to meet this week, just days after the State Board of Education ruled they are breaking a governor's order by mandating masks for students. On Friday, state education leaders determined Orange and Brevard counties are violating the governor's order that requires masks to be optional and up to parents. Once the school districts receive a letter from the state, they have 48 hours to respond, or they could face strict financial penalties. Leaders from both school districts tell us they have not yet received that letter. A husband is behind bars accused of stabbing his wife several times with a steak knife, but he's claiming self-defense. She was rushed to the hospital. This happened at the Budget Inn along East New York Avenue yesterday afternoon. News 6's Jerry Askin has the 911 calls that the suspect made for help. Orlando International Airport is still dealing with fallout from Southwest Airlines' mass cancellations and delays. We saw almost 24 more cancellations today alone from OIA's largest carrier, after almost 100 yesterday and more than 1,000 across the country. News 6's Eric Von Enken is at the airport looking into what is behind this meltdown and why it's taking days to get back on track. It is a towering tribute to a local trailblazer carved out of marble from the same mine that Michelangelo used. Why this honor will help Mary McLeod Bethune make history again, nearly 7 decades after her death. First, a local woman says she was assaulted by a mover. Now, months later, she is still waiting for her stuff. Next, as police investigate, News 6 tries to get results and get her belongings back. As we look live at the Orlando Health Camera, we're getting results in Viera, Windermere, and all of Central Florida here on News 6 at 7 and our free News 6 app.
Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
What's it like to be a wanted man like Brian Laundrie?
I was a fugitive on the run, and I know what it takes to stay hidden.
Next, Inside Edition.
Tonight at 7:30 on News 6. You have a choice to watch a morning news team that's out on the streets earlier with more reporters covering stories across Central Florida.
Still a very active scene.
An actual storm chaser pinpointing the forecast for your day.
See tons of sunshine.
And Central Florida's only traffic safety expert who's an actual state trooper.
Stay to the right-hand side.
You do have a choice, but we don't think it's that difficult. You gotta watch before you go. News 6 mornings, starting at 6 a.m. Tonight's primetime lineup is brought to you by Freedom Health.
At 8, The Neighborhood. At 8:30, Bob Hart's Abishola. At 9, NCIS. At 10, NCIS Hawaii, followed by News 6 at 11.
Live with Ginger Gadsden, Lisa Bell, weather with Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells, and special reports from the investigators. This is News 6 at 7, getting results.
Now at 7, a local woman says she was victimized by a moving company not once, but twice. First, she says one of the movers assaulted her before driving away with her belongings. Then the company's moving truck failed to show up at her new house. As News 6 investigator Mike DeForest discovered, law enforcement is now involved. Well, for decades, she was a towering figure for civil rights, equality, and education. Tonight, a towering tribute to Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune is on display in the city where she has inspired generations. An 11-foot-tall marble tribute that will soon represent all of Florida in the heart of the nation's capital. It will mark yet another first by Dr. Bethune. Her statue will be the first Black person representing any state in the U.S. Capitol's Statuary Hall. Her granddaughter was there for today's unveiling.
Close in person, the energy is overwhelming. When I look at her statue, it's like the realization of her faith. Bethune-Cookman is that same thing. You know, to be able to build a college on a garbage dump is an outstanding accomplishment.
Evelyn Bethune was one of Mary's 3 living grandchildren in the crowd. Bethune was born to slaves and became the first person in her family to learn to read or write. Her marble statue now stands just down the street from the school she created over a century ago. Bethune-Cookman University gave Black students a safe place to learn.
We need to know the depth and the width of her accomplishments, because it wasn't just that one thing. It was so many things.
The statue was created in Italy by sculptor Nilde Comas using marble from the same Tuscan cave Michelangelo used. The statue will be at the News Journal Center for anyone to see free of charge until January. It will then replace the statue of a Confederate general in the U.S. Capitol next year. Health leaders warn this upcoming flu season could be much worse, so News 6 is teaming up with Advent Health Centra Care. Some 226 people came out to the Colonial Town Centra Care location this afternoon for our first free flu shot event of the year. This one was at the Colonial Town Center Centra Care. Our next free flu shot event will be next Wednesday at the Winter Garden Village Centra Care. You can find full details at clickorlando.com. All right, Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells is back from his vacay and back to track the tropics for us.
Let's do it. We have not one, but two, count them, 2 waves to look at in the tropics tonight. But you can tell I'm not stressed, right, Lisa? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not worried too much about these. This is more interesting than it is important. They're there. We have to watch them. This looks like it's bound this way with only a 20% shot of developing. This also looks like it'll make a turn with a 10% chance of becoming anything tropical in the next 5 days. So we're talking days down the road, and I think it's a miss. Daytime high today in Orlando was 89. No. I didn't want to play that. I wanted to play the almanac page. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go now. Daytime high today in Orlando was 89. Normal daytime high is 86. Record on the date was 94 back in 1919. Right now, this is the way things shake out on radar. Scattered showers are out there tonight, but mostly they're winding down. The sun went down at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Days are getting so short. Take away the heat of the day, and all of a sudden our rain is dwindled down to just about nothing. Along 441, scattered showers between Lockhart and Fairview Shores also dying, everything beginning to go away. Here's the way it looks now, and this is where we're going into the evening hours. Next 2 hours of radar loops will show you exactly what's going to happen. Everything dies out until tomorrow. How pretty is it in Brevard County? Launch Credit Union camera has a temperature reading at news time of 81. Wind from the east-southeast at 7. Oh, look at that. How pretty is that?
Ooh, that's
FHI
gorgeous.
Remodel Cam Daytona Beach temperature reading is 80 with wind from the east at 7. Temperature reading in Orlando, okay, it's just dark. It rained a bunch for a while, but we've calmed now. We're holding at 77 degrees in Orlando, 79 in Sanford, 80 in Daytona Beach, and 79 in Palm Coast. We are between systems. Pocket of low pressure here, pocket of low pressure here. We're kind of wedged in between the two with the onshore flow bringing you your rain chances. Now tonight, well, we've already talked about them dying out. But tomorrow, by 1 p.m., here comes more moisture from the east. Little pockets of rain across the interior dying out. Then on Wednesday, we turn right around and do the same thing. Rain chances on the coast on Wednesday are a little bit better. That would be the only difference. Low tide in Orlando is 71. Clear here is tomorrow.
Your forecast is sponsored by Cash for Life from the Florida Lottery.
And the daytime high tomorrow goes to 89. Come look at the week ahead. Overnight low tide in Orlando 71, daytime high tomorrow 89, 90 on Wednesday, 90 on Thursday. Rain chances are 20% to 30% all the way into the weekend. Tonight at 11, I'll have a brand new model run for the rain tomorrow.
Tom, thank you. He has already inspired people around the world as the first person with Down syndrome to complete the Ironman. Now, this local athlete is celebrating another big success, the big goal he set, and how he just made it come true this afternoon.
Get Click O on the go. Top stories in less than 60 seconds. Follow us at News 6 WKMG on Snapchat and Instagram. Think you can beat News 6 in a Pick'em contest? Become a News 6 insider. Enter our Pick'ems contest, and you can win a $100 gift card to Beef O'Brady's. Brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Help make the world a safer place for everyone. Get vaccinated.
Star Trek's Captain Kirk is speaking about his upcoming trip to space. We told you this weekend Blue Origin delayed William Shatner's trip because of high winds. His 11-minute flight to the edge of space and back is now set for Wednesday in West Texas. Shatner told reporters he'll be very happy once his weightlessness is happening and they know that they are safe. The second crewed flight of the New Shepard rocket will make Shatner the oldest person to travel to space. Hear from the 90-year-old and his crewmates at clickorlando.com/space. Seminole County Fire Department is getting some help getting results for dogs and cats rescued from fires. The Invisible Fence of Central Florida is honoring Adopt a Shelter Dog Month by donating pet oxygen masks to Seminole County Fire Department. Each station will get a package of masks. Invisible Fence started the donations called Project Breathe after learning more than 40,000 pets die in fires every year. So take a closer look from the News 6 Facebook page if you'd like to learn more. After pandemic delays, the 125th Boston Marathon now in the history books, and a familiar face is among the runners. Central Florida's Chris Nikic made history last year for being the first person with Down syndrome to complete an Ironman triathlon. Now he can add the Boston Marathon to his long list of accomplishments. Here's video from him at today's race. He also said he plans to run the New York Marathon next month. You can see and share his incredibly inspiring story from facebook.com/news6, and I will see you right back here tonight at 11 o'clock.
And thanks for watching News 6 at 7. Inside Edition is next. Remember, we break news at clickorlando.com, and we'll see you back here at 11.